It's great to see the international players on the field for their own domestic clubs. It's really important for the clubs to be able to put full sides out, which is one of the reasons why the playoffs take place, is to kind of give us the correct end result at the end of the season for clubs going forward into Europe. And I think it shows in the level of commitment, the level of discipline, the level of preparation that the sides put in to perform on days like today.
It was a day of making history and breaking hearts at the Championship playoffs of the England Hockey League, hosted by Cannock Hockey Club at Chase Park. We joined the action for the day's first game as Reading faced Surbiton in the playoff for third place and that prized last European spot. A brace of near-identical drag flicks from Richard Mantell helped Reading to a comfortable 3-1 win, and in doing so denied Surbiton their first venture into European competition since 2003. For Reading, it will be their 16th year competing against the best teams that the continent has to offer. Scotland's Stephen Dick opened the scoring for Reading with the only goal of the first half. Mantell's pair of flicks, less than 10 minutes apart, giving Reading what seemed like an uncatchable 3-0 lead. With 3 minutes left to play, Surbiton did pull one back. A powerful drag flick from Matt Daly was too much for Nick Brothers in the Reading net to handle. It wasn't enough though. As the final hooter sounded, it was the boys from the Ding who celebrated. They'll go on once again to face Europe's best.
I see my girls 5 sessions a week, so I'm not sure how much new I'll learn today, but I think there are 9 or 10 in the Leicester team and 6 or 7 in the Reading, so you're looking at half the Olympic squad of 32. I think given the number of internationals on show, and there are a few ex-internationals as well, it should be probably about the best women's game this season domestically, so if you're going to see skills, you'll see it today.
In the final of the Women's Championship, Leicester faced Reading, both sides giving it everything in very warm conditions. Jo Ellis gave Reading a dream start, her shot nearly knocking the net clean off the Leicester goal, but it was short-lived as Rebecca Herbert soon squared things. Kate Walsh restored Reading's lead with a penalty corner drag flick, and captain Emma Thomas added a third just before half-time. In the second half, Anne Panther coolly deflected the ball home to raise Leicester's hopes of a comeback, but it wasn't to be, and Reading ladies earned their first venture into Europe.
I'm under pressure. It's getting insane, I know. Try to believe you.
We are absolutely delighted. The game was really, really tough. Leicester are an absolutely fantastic side. We knew it was going to be really tough and it was a really close game. We were just really lucky and really happy that we just had that one more goal at the end.
I think we'll have to look back into the history books, but I think that's probably the first English club who've got men and women outdoors into Europe at the same time. There was some conversation about Canterbury having done it possibly indoor and outdoor in the same year, but potentially that's an outstanding result for them. But they are just one of a number of great clubs in England at the moment, with good structure, with good juniors, with good veterans, all of which is contributing to their success. You can't do it just with a standalone team, you have to have a club behind you.
I mean, Reading are always a tough team to play, but I don't think on the day that we played our best. Unfortunately, we didn't defend great in the circle and we didn't attack well in the circle. It's such obviously the area that counts. So yeah, unfortunately, not on our game today.
We got the match back 3-2, and I thought that we were on top in that second half, and we're just trying to keep going to try and get that third goal, but today wasn't our day. We've got Europe in 2 weeks' time, so hopefully we can go to there and get some good results, and hopefully get that Europe medal instead.
Oh, it's been a brilliant season. The National League is of a really high standard. It's really quick and it's exciting, and we're really happy we won our last 12 games, which we can't ask for any more than that. We've worked really, really hard as a squad, and our managing team and coach Si Letchford have been absolutely brilliant. I think that's really come together today.
The EHL Women's Champions, Reading!
If I've looked back over the last week, certainly Beeston seemed to celebrate their win last weekend as their final. They certainly went out and enjoyed themselves the night afterwards, so that suggests that maybe they saw getting into Europe as the high point of their season rather than whether they finished first or second. So off the back of the preparation over the last 7 days, I think East Grinstead might shade it. But on the other hand, Beeston have got some fantastic individuals who can be really dangerous.
Last year, Beeston squandered a 4-0 lead to eventually lose on penalties. Going into the game, East Grinstead were the form side, losing just one match all season. But Beeston made their intentions clear, taking the lead through an early penalty corner deflection by captain Stephen Lawrence. And goalkeeper George Pinner was in stunning form and seemed unbeatable, making a crucial penalty flick save and twice denying the drag flick of East Grinstead's Gareth Carr. In the second half, EG's powerful South African finally broke through with an unstoppable flick, low into Pinner's goal. The end-to-end action continued breathlessly in the second half until 20-year-old Ben Arnold put the Bees ahead once again, slamming the ball past Richard Pottinger in the hour. In a frenetic last 10 minutes, EG pushed hard for another goal, but time ran out and Beeston were crowned deserved, if a little unexpected, winners of the men's championship.
We started okay and then had a real dodgy sort of 10 minutes, had a couple of cards and went one down. Got it back together just for half time and I thought we were quite dominant. Obviously we won the penalty stroke, had a couple of other chances and it just didn't seem to fall for us first half. We thought we could come back out and as it proved we sort of rolled on in the second half, got the goal back and at that point, you know, we just thought we could go on and then it just didn't quite happen. We had chances to win the game and credit to Beeston, they stuck at it and the ball broke to them, the guy finished it really well in the second half and then we just couldn't get it back and that's just the way it went.
I'm ecstatic, lost for words. You know, we've been aiming for this for quite a long time now. Ever since Griff set out to try and make Beeston into the best team in the country, it was probably 25 years ago, and it's taken him that long, but we've got there in the end. So no, we've all pulled together, put a good performance in. It's amazing.
And compared to last year, obviously you faced them in the final, had a bit of a disappointing one, losing in the penalty shootout.
I think today that fell into our advantage. You know, knowing what it feels like to lose. Last year it was horrible, and it took us a long time to get over it. We've had quite a few close games against EG. In the past, they're one of our top rivals now. To actually get one over them in an arena like this, to become national champions, is overwhelming.
EHL Men's Champions for 2010-11 are Beeston!